interesting. That's the only black belt we have, and I'm gonna say I like that strategy.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, especially with the XP scaling the way that it is. I mean, pretty high. You've got 2.5% plus 250 per enemy, and then you've got an extra 10% per key item. So since we've already got a free ship, or not free ship, I'm sorry, a free canal and a free bridge, you've already got an extra 20% of experience points coming your way. And my life 2 is locked out of the red mage, so it looks like only the people with white mages are going to have access to that life 2.
That is correct, and no pun intended. That black magic shop is fire. You got fire and ice in there, and sleep 2. Sleep 2 is not as exciting, but fire 2 is great. I think ice 3 was in there.
Yeah,
so not a bad start. It's for anybody who's got a black.
Yeah, it looks like if I did see that ice 3, that's going to go kind of far, at least for getting things done. And it looks like, from what I can tell, Dark Moon is going to be the first one in Topher. So we'll see what he decides to do, if he decides to check some chests or if he goes straight for Garland.
And actually, now let's remember, this isn't Topher, this is Toph.
Ah, you are correct.
It's not, you're right.
Yes.
Dangwoo, I think you're correct. Gregory, what are you doing over there? You're breaking up a little bit right at the end of what you're saying.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so I didn't see what the king had, but it did look like that Sarah did have the slab.
Looks like we've got a canoe, at least on the tracker. So if you saw a slab, then the king must have had the canoe.
That's correct. Yep, he sure does.
So looks like everybody is making it through Garland. At least, yeah, pretty much everybody has made it through Garland at this point. Obviously didn't have any issues, and everybody's back in Canaria doing some deciding what they're going to do with their canoe and all that stuff. Mr. Forsetti, in this particular situation, where are you going to go? You got a canoe, you got a slab.
Well, we've got open progression. That's a good question. I would start looking for some levels probably, and start looking for some key items to get your percent up and get more. But where would you go? Where would you go, Greg?
Yeah, well, since towns aren't shuffled, a part of me would say, you're talking about key items, I say go to Provoca and kill us some pirates. You're going to get some levels from killing 9 pirates, and obviously get a key item, get those level 2 magic spells, which, if we've got Ice 3 right now, maybe we'll see something like Nuke. You could see like a Fire 3 or another good sweeper spell over that way, so I think that would be a good call, but with the canoe, you can pretty much go anywhere. You can... You can head down to Elfland. You can check out Dwarves. It looks like Bert's going to go on ahead and see what Matoya's got going on, even though he doesn't have the crystal. So let's see what happens there.
It looks like a little bit of money happened there, about 800 or so.
Yeah, I like what he did there. That was kind of a vet strat where he saved in that little spot in that mountain range down the bottom there, went to Matoya's cave, checked it, realized it was Garbo, and then reset out, so he was still down near that area. That way he could get to Provoca a little bit quicker without having to walk around. So
and that saves, absolutely, that saves quite a bit of seconds, just hitting the reset, being way back down there instead of having to walk out, then walk all the way down, and at least he could go straight through with the canoe, so that would have saved a little bit of time, but I like the reset out strat. That's what.
Yeah, it looks like pretty much everybody is going to go on ahead and head to Provoca, except for Life Reboot. Life Reboot's going to make the trip over to Elfland, so we'll see how that ends. We're going to see some level 2 white magic there. Looks like she's going to decide what she wants to do about it a few times.
Well, Invis 2's I like Invis 2.
Yeah, it looks like the pirates didn't do anything. We got a... Looks like we've got... What did the pirates give just then? Did you see that?
That was the floater, actually.
Wow, with the canoe and the floater, we're going to be up in the air really quickly.
And where are we at now? We're about 4.5 minutes into this. And if Dark Moon heads right down there, then he could be in airborne before 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we got bracket level 2, so now you've got a way to deal with Kraken and Tiamat if you want to go on ahead and do some low-level Sky, and Sea Dives once we obviously find the Oxtail, the Chime, and the Cube, which are obviously required items to get through this area. So I assume at this point, if you've got the floater, you are making a beeline to that Rayukan Desert, which it looks like that's what Dark Moon is doing currently.
Yep. Well, because, you know, it's like in any playthrough of Final Fantasy, things get a little easier once you get that airship, because you can go anywhere. You can go to the desert up north. You can go to, you know, Lefane. You can go to Melmond and over there and up north by the Sea Shrine. So I like it.
Ooh, and Chaos looking down. She has bond rate to 1. At this point, I think I'd be, you hate to see that. And I guess she's going to watch the whole animation play.
Yeah, I don't... Did you say that was number 1?
Yeah, so typically when you, at least with this particular randomizer, when you reset to a power reset, it automatically sets your 8 so that the menuing goes by much quicker. Sometimes when you're doing a quick menu, especially when you do a hard reset, you can accidentally set it to 1. I've done it before. Usually once you notice it, you just reset out of it, because it's going to take like a million years for a battle, especially if you're fighting the pirates, and then you get a bunch of levels to go by, which we'll see. I assume it was an act. We'll see how she decides to handle that once she gets out of Provoca, but that was definitely a time cost for sure. As we've got Dark Moon in Crescent. I don't think he grabbed the airship first, so it looks like he's going to take his time talking to the sages. He's going to get a I'm sure that ship is not what he wanted to see.
No, that's kind of a waste. I honestly, I think I would have. But that's not a bad choice either. You know, what if the crystal would have been there, or the crown, or the key, or the herb? You know, you never know. I mean, but also that's an extra 10%, isn't it? Doesn't the ship count towards that too?
Yeah,
because it plays the little fanfare.
Yeah, anything that plays that fanfare is going to give you the extra 10%. Even the airship, so you get the floater and then you get the airship right there.
Oh, that's right. That's another 20%.
And Dark Moon making the good call of heading straight to Sardis Cave.
Is he going to see Grandpa? Oh, and Grandpa, here, take the key, Sonny. Take the key and go say. Ooh, that's a horrible impression, but.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I felt pretty good. That's what my grandfather sounded like back way when. He definitely. I remember at least one time we were. Sonny, I got a key. You know, somewhere in that general area, I'm pretty sure is what he sounded.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
and it does look like Dangwu says Giants had crack.
Yeah, they're going to go on ahead. They're peddling the crack down there just south of Crescent. So got to keep the kids off the street near Crescent Lake, because Giants are peddling crack.
And we all know crack is whack.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Looks like we got a dual ship action happening.
Oh yes,
Mr. Reynolds and Chaos. And Life Reboot still trying to make his way around.
It looks like Life is going to go check Matoya. We already know it's. Did Life Reboot save? Before that, so exit out.
Let's check out here on Dark Moon. Looks like Dark Moon's going to go on ahead. He's doing the key lock check since he's back in the inn after doing his slab turn-in, which we got the slab earlier. In this particular situation, do you wait to do key lock checks here until you at least get the TNT or the adamant, or do you just go on ahead and get it out of the way and we get a hooray? Hey, Dark Moon, for the hooray.
Yes, correct. I would probably check it, because you never know what's in there. That one loose item could.
Yeah, it could be the difference for sure. Right now, it looks like both our runners, Dark Moon and Burt Reynolds, are going to check that incentive locations. TNT chest here is going to have a key item in it. So let's check out what it ends up being.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, looks like it's going to get us into the Sea Shrine. So that is one of our... It's a required item to get through the game. You need the Oxtail to finish the game. And it looks like Chaos is in the air finally. She's going to go on ahead and head towards Elfland.
Mm-hmm. I believe the only one that's not in the air yet is Life Reboot, but it looks like Provoke is the next step. And
all right.
And what's in the Elfland?
Looks like a
Katana and a Pro Ring. Free Pro Rings are always good.
Yeah, Pro Rings are great. Pro Rings are one of the, it's the best gauntlet in the game. It can be equipped by any class. It gives you 8 absorb and also protection against death elementals. So it's nothing to shake a fist at. I don't know why you would shake a fist at anything, but it's nothing to do that to.
Of course. And it does look like Dark Moon actually went and sold the katana for quite a bit of money.
Yeah, always getting...
Dark Moon got 30.
Yeah, always getting early money is great, especially you want to go on ahead and try to get as much money as you can, so you don't have to double dive cities once you find certain spells.
Yep, that is correct.
And Heartman 24 is going to shake his fist at that commentator, which my name is Gregory Puff, and I'm here with Mr. Vers. If you are tuning in to Randomizer, sorry, not Randomizer, but Randomania, we are doing Final Fantasy Randomizer. It's pretty awesome. Looks like we're doing a Duckling showcase here. Some of our new in the are showing off their skills.
You know, Heartman, I am actually shaking my fist at Gregory Puff right now. Can you hear that? Can you hear that, Gregory? I'm shaking my fist at you right now.
What?
And now I'm going to twist my fist at you.
That is a very issue. They're a very weird issue that's happening there with the whole twisty twist.
That would be correct. I'm not sure where that even came from, but let's stick with it. Okay, so it does look like, let's see, it looks like Kausu Baloo is going to go check the Coneria chests and see what's there, and then it looks like, what's Dark Moon doing?
Dark Moon did the slap thing. He already talked to Dr. Yoon, so it looks like he's going to go on ahead and down to Lefane and see what the slab turns into.
Well, looks like we have a jester sighting in the chat actually at the moment, Mr. Puff. Did you see that? We have a Saint Von Jester actually, who I believe now Team Poison Sound Effects is back together.
Yeah, looks like he's here. He's probably jealous that you and I are calling. You know, him and yourself doing it. So I feel bad. I don't want to break up the team. I hate breaking up any team, but I'm just glad he's here to hang out with us and see what's.
Well, we wouldn't let that happen anyway. We're all just a nice, big, happy family here at the Final Fantasy Randomizer. No hate, all. That's how we roll. It looks like we got Fade at Melmond. Well, that's exciting. I believe that's the first real powerful spell we've seen, because we haven't seen new. At least I haven't seen it.
Sorry, I'm trying to get through some audio issues here, so my apologies on that. Looks like Life Reboot's finally making it over to the Raycon Desert area. Did he make it to Provoca and get that floater yet, or no?
It does look like Life does have the floater. But it... oh, no, Life is actually right around the corner from getting the airship. So we were about 14 minutes and 15 seconds, and it looks like, I believe everybody's airborne.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dark Moon's up there. He's turning in his bottle. I'm assuming the bottle came from the Lefanish people, and he's getting a cube for his... That's kind of a roundabout way to get the cube, is to do the slab, get a bottle, then get the cube. Seems like that's just not the right way to go about that. And Chaos went into Ice. Something happened in Ice, and now she's leaving Ice. She's done.
I didn't even see what happened in there. I was too busy looking at. Oh, hey, we got Ale Markin in the chat. Welcome, good sir. Glad to see you.
Al Markin, my one of us platypuses that's hanging out here.
That is right. We have Mr. Dane Wu in the house. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to see you.
Yeah, Dang Wu doing all of our restreaming for Randomania. Stepped up.
Just wonderful gentleman.
Wonderful gentleman all around. He's easily one of the best Dang Wus I know. And trust me, I know at least one. So, good guy, that Dang Wu.
You know what? I know one Dang too. How about that?
Uh-oh, we got giants on the screen. Are they peddling the crack again, or did you see anything like that?
I did not. I was looking at. Oh, welcome, the sensible streamer. Glad you're here. I think Cheesinator's around here too somewhere.
Yeah, Cheesinator was somewhere. He was like hanging out somewhere. Up. And let me actually pay attention to what's going on here. Looks like Dark Moon is inside a volcano. He's getting walloped by these fire elementals, and all that trouble for an opal. So that'll be useful eventually. And giants peddling that crack hard. Whew. That's rough. You hate to see it in this day and age.
Oh my god! Somebody call the police. Did he? Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. I think not Dang Wu. I'm sorry. Dark Moon. Was that the Excalibur that I saw? I think it was.
I didn't quite catch it, to be perfectly honest.
But of course, that's not helpful unless you have the class chain.
Yeah, it looks like those dragons in the Cardi Island are just getting up in life things. Just bad.
You're absolutely correct. Oh, and Dreadly, one thing I'd like to point out to everybody is we have our fantastic superstar tracker with us today. Yes, you guessed it. The lady herself, Danny. She's doing our tracking today. Boy, are we lucky.
Yeah.
The superstar tracker.
Superstar. OMG.
Welcome, Melina Nocturnum. Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's here now. Now we can get started.
Ooh, so I see what the issue is. It looks like wraiths have mute, and then the images that are palling around with scorch, and they come in big groups, and they were just kind of messing around with chaos a little. She made it through the battle. She's going to go on ahead and do some stuff. She's the only person in Ice Cave right now trying to get that incentive item in Ice Cave, whereas it looks like Life Rebuke. Rebute? What am I even saying? Rebute is doing the Cardi Island check while Burt Reynolds is heading over. He's going to turn his bottle and he's going to get his cube. Going to be very helpful there, except for that 10% extra experience he's going to get from turning in that cube. And let's see what Chaos does. Chaos hops down. Looks like we got the warp. And it looks like we got a crystal for all that trouble. What do you think she does at this point? Do you think she's going to hang out here, full clear ice, or do you think she's going to try to warp out of here and call it a day?
Oh, that's a close call, but she's already here. Yeah. I mean, she's on the way out. There's only a few chests left.
Yeah, but these things are unrunnable, and they have mute, and they have scorch, and they have annoyances.
Slow. They have slow now too.
Yeah.
Oh, glare. They just glare. Oof. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are the images packed in today? They're like, I am. Get off my property, kid. That's what they're all about. Get off my property.
Yeah, those guys need to calm that down.
Oh, well, that was beautiful. Yeah. Looks like a Harm 3 just swept right through them.
Yeah, and good thing her white mage is still alive. She'll be able to bring that black mage back to life and make things happen. Looks like Burt Reynolds is doing the old waterfall clear, which you gotta love that play. You got a canoe, you got an Noxia. You may as well see what's happening in waterfall. Then do a couple of sea shrine doodads, see what's going on.
Yeah, looks like life reboots in Gaia, it looks like. Yeah, that's Gaia.
Yeah, that's Gaia. Dang's spell is hanging out at level 7. Unlearnable by the black mage that he has there. You got to turn into a black wizard to get that there Quake spell that Dangwu loves so very, very much.
I liked it too. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with it, really.
Well, I'm glad Ale Markin's in chat because he's asking, who do we blame for this seed tonight? And you know what? I don't know. Who rolled this thing? I'm just kidding. I totally rolled this.
Greg loves rolling dumpster fires, Ale. Come on now. He loves rolling them. But this isn't a dumpster fire. It's really not. It's pretty generous so far.
Yeah, pretty tame. I mean, those image wraith packs are pretty much the nastiest things we've seen. The giants, of course, are going to be annoyances, but you don't really see them in too many places except for the overworld. I mean, they're obviously in a, but not that many. Looks like we're gonna insightful commentary on. And
Ale, I'm gonna do that. That is amazing. Verzetti, Verzetti comeback special scene. Greg, we gotta put that one on the book.
And it looks like the robot, for whatever reason, is hanging out with a piece of jewelry. So one of the incentive locations is and we got a tail for sale, and on rack. So we've got you know, it's one of the things you probably. That's not too bad. With these particular parties, you kind of do want a tail. Oh, lamp, level 7. Do you see it? That's red wizard learnable right there. That lamp.
Phenomenal.
That is a phenomenal spell to see there.
How does that song go, Gregley? It goes lamp, lamp.
It's bright and it's a lamp, I guess. It's a good song. Yeah, that was a really good song. You caught me off guard there. I couldn't handle it. So it looks like Burt Reynolds is going to go into Sea Shrine. What do you think he's going to do?
I don't know. He's who are you talking about? Burt Reynolds? He's gonna go visit mermaids.
Yeah, he's gonna go hang out with he's gonna go hang out with the ladies. We're obviously still looking for the loose item. The loose item. Yeah, you can go on ahead and clip that for that for that song. It's lamp. It's lamp. It's bright. It's expensive. It's a lamp. It's something. It's so good.
Oh, and Dane's talking about some ribbon in the armory. Who cares about that?
Yeah, I know. Ribbon in the armory. Did you see that copper bracelet or copper gauntlet Burt Reynolds just picked up? That's what we should be talking about. Copper gauntlet right there. You guys saw it first. C2. Okay,
man.
We're calling a race, right? What's happened?
Of course, that's what we're doing.
It looks like Chaos is bringing all of her people back to life. I'm not sure what happened to cause this issue. Ooh, we got a silver. Give me all that silver Cheerio. Ooh, power bonk. I saw a power bonk.
That's correct.
Ah, give me all that power bonk. Totally worth it if you had a black belt, which you don't. So
that's why I'm enjoying life reboot strategy with taking.
Yeah, so it looks like Chaos, the only person that's been to Ice Cave so far, she is gonna get for her troubles and a little bit of dynamite. Dynamite, fine.
You know, but it's better than the confused old men having the dynamite. They used to have that. They used to have that dynamite all the time. Thank goodness it's out of there.
Yeah, and
confused old man.
You really don't want old men just walking around with dynamite. It just seems like a bad call.
Yeah, exactly, SVJ. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, Shoeminator pointing out the Ducklings. That's right. We've got all brand new people. All these people have basically been in the community under around the 6-month period. Dark Moon is probably the person that's been in the community the longest of the people on stream. He was part of the Duckling, the most recent Duckling Derby that we did. But Burt Reynolds, Chaos, and Life Reboot did not participate in that. So they've been here about the 2-3 month mark. So a lot of new players. We're seeing what they're doing. They're racing against each other. We're having a good time. I mean, because I'm here with Mr. Versetti, which if you're not having a good time with Mr. Versetti, then you just don't know how. That's very true.
Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate that.
Oh, is Burt Reynolds gonna do the? Is he gonna check? We're gonna get a TFC check-in.
I hope not. But you never know. Could be something good in there.
I know. Did Chaos turn in her TNT? I didn't see her turn in. What is she?
Keep in mind, we still haven't seen the Mazmune.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing now. We've got TNT set up, but we don't have anything on our tracker for Narek, so she did not TNT yet, but she is going to go on ahead and do the slab turn and see what happens here. Big money! Big money in that chest that Dark Moon just found. 33K! Give me all of that. Yeah, it is. Give me all of that money.
Oh, well, mute.
Yeah.
Oh, ice armor. That's not bad. That's better than the iron.
Ooh, these ghosts. Big old pack of ghosts is not what you want to see. We've got our friendly Tyro on the screen. Look at that face. Do you really want to hurt a... He looks so
happy to be here.
He is. He's just showing up. What did TFC have? It looked like it had a whole lot of nothing over on Burt Reynolds' screen. Looked like nothing was happening there. We got Chaos just mercilessly beating down this dinosaur. I mean, come on. He came from the Jurassic period.
But I like State too, Gregly. Sometimes, not all the time, but I like steak.
Yeah, but this doesn't seem like the appropriate time to eat steak. You're walking away from Lefane and you're just gonna eat some steak? You don't even have wings with it. What is happening?
As long as you got A1 steak sauce, then that's... Oh, but you have to have like a baked potato with it? Gotta have a baked potato.
Ooh, did you see the Frost Wolves with the upgrade? They don't have Frost, they have Blizzard.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, and it looks like Chaos didn't do her did not save the game afterwards. So now she's got to walk all the way back to Lefane and get the bottle, which is brutal. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, of course. Nobody wants to make that. I don't like making that trip one time, let alone 2 times.
Yeah, it looks like Life Reboot. We've got him in Ice Cave doing Ice Cave things, and we've got Dark Moon. He's in Volcano. I mean, we've pretty much got all the Fiend dungeons covered right now. We've got a Sea Shrine hat.
Oh,
got a
Life
volcano.
Reboot. Oh, that's a horrible party. Images and Wraith.
Yeah, this Images and Wraith, and that Ice 3 is not going to do much. The undead don't really... You would think you could freeze the undead, but it doesn't work that way. It's just not how the game is designed.
Yeah, you have to give them the Freddy Krueger treatment. You got to burn them.
Yep, you gotta set them on fire. Hopefully you don't 3D things coming at the screen. You don't need any of that in your life. We all saw Freddy's Dead. We're going to leave it 92. But we got the Agam sighting. So anybody got some Agam? No, probably don't need Agam effects. I know they're red.
Well, one Agam effect that I know is the Agam effect that if the Agamas live in Louisiana, the homes they live in will not have a... Because... I'm sorry. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week. Thank you very much. Mr. Versetti 13 right here.
That's right. He's going to be here all weekend through Sunday. He's got shows at 8 and 10:30. So it looks like Valove is Valove is going to give us some Agam effects. That's all we really need. That's all we really need. Got a seafood party platter happening here on Burt Reynolds' screen. Let's see how this pans
that's
out.
Gross. Oh, it's beating on them.
Yeah, you hate to see.
They're hitting like Tonka trucks today.
Yeah, you know, ever since I started playing Final Fantasy Random, now I don't have any problem with what we do to lobsters because they beat up on your party all the time. So,
well, now birds are jerks, but sometimes the lobsters are jerks too.
Yeah, pretty much. So it looks like is Darkman going down? Is he doing grind?
I think so.
Yeah, he's going.
Oh no, never mind.
No. He was just. You were still looking for the loose side. Yeah, I get very excited when I see Agam for a long period of time. I just assume somebody's grinding, and then I get my grind hat on, and I'm like, yeah, come on, let's grind it up. And it looks like Life Brew Boot finding his crystal, and we've got a fiend battle about to happen. Let's talk about Carrie for a second. So enemy boss scaling, we've got boss scaling set to 67% to 150%. In vanilla, Carrie has 600 HP. So the highest HP that Carrie can roll is 900.
That's correct.
67% of 600. That's some math facts I don't feel like figuring, but we're going to say it's around the 400-ish area.
Yeah, you know what I've learned? Never do math. on Twitch.
Yeah,
That's what I've learned. Unless you're for sure.
Yeah, unless you're 100% for sure, which now that I think about it, pretty sure I was right on that 400, but we're just going to see how it goes.
No,
So
you're
anyway,
right. You're right. Because that is 2/3 of, and that's what 67% is. That's 2.
yeah, now we're talking way too much math here.
You really don't do 33.3, because then
Yeah.
you're at 99.9. So yeah, but anyway, let's.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we have a Mr. Burt Reynolds, and looks like he's almost to Terry, and Dark Moon is at
I think Thunderclawed specifically came in to tune into us doing math. This battle with Carrie, man, this Carrie is not messing around. She is throwing out some fire twos.
It's moving right along. I love
Moving
it.
right along. I mean, Dangwoo is more than welcome to hop in comms if he really thinks he can do it better than us, but I don't think so. I think that he should just, he could be the court jester down in chat. As Burt Reynolds looks like he's about to pull up. Do you think he's going to go Brack strats? I'm thinking with Brack at level 2, he's got a black mage and a red mage. He's more than likely going to do that. And Dark Moon. Looks like he took down Carrie. It was a long battle. But Carrie's dead. He lights up our first orb at about the 31-minute mark. It's good stuff.
Brack. He's going to use Brack. I'm sorry.
Brack.
Brack.
That's right.
Oh,
You can
boy.
just throw Brack into any song.
You sure could.
Brack. Whatever song you like, man.
Somebody better clip that.
It doesn't really work with Barracuda,
That's
but
fantastic.
I tried my best. And Brack Lion. We got the Bracken strats, and then of course you get
Really?
the awesome. Yeah, and then you get the random encounter like in those 2 tiles between the Kraken battle and when you get out of there. So Burt Reynolds lighting up his first orb at the 32-minute mark. And got dead heat going on here as Dark Moon's going to go into Ice Cave. Life Reboot just kind of hanging out, pick up some level 6 spells. Chaos is in... Let's see here. She is in Waterfall.
Oh my god. Versetti puff.
The smash hit Lamp,
Oh,
followed
man.
up by Brackets, our number 2 hit. Brack.
Lamp. Let's not forget where we started now. Lamp. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamp.
Yeah. So Burt Reynolds is going to take that tail. He's going to go on ahead and turn his little baby light ward to Chaos, taking an overworld battle is what it looks like.
Oh.
Life Reboot's going to be our first deals, which I'm surprised nobody's done yet. What do we got? We've got Chime. Chime was the TNT, right? So we've got Chime, we've got a cube, we've got an Oxshale. We're looking for a loot, right? We haven't seen a loot yet, correct?
Nope, no loot.
I don't see any guitars lit up, so I'm assuming at this point either we're looking for a
no
rod
rod.
as well. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so the rod or whatever leads to the rod or whatever leads to the loot is going to be loose.
Oh, and tail for almost 15K. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's crazy to see tail for sale that cheap. Seems like you got to pay.
I think Spellzap wants to sing along with us. Fancy. Let's all just sing along. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Doot, loot. I don't know why I've got Touch Me by the Door stuck in my head, but that's what I'm going with today. Just
That's
a little
hilarious.
intro.
Loot.
And
Wow, did I really just say that?
yeah, you did. Yeah,
That's
you did.
fantastic.
All
I'll
right,
be here all week.
Hey, the Knight's got some decent spells, I think, right? That he can learn at level 1. What do we got here? I could look at our tracker's notes, but you know, I'm just gonna call the race as I see it and see what's happening here. So
Okay,
Life
so-
Reboot, just being annoyed and ordeals right now, just trying to make it through this pillar maze. The pillars, they're all randomized. It's not the usual go to the southernmost pillar and you could just make it through the whole game. You got to figure out which pillar is going to make you get you through the whole area. So we're going to see how it goes. What were you about to say, Mr. Versetti? I totally cut you off.
I have no idea. It's fine. But we're getting our first look at the Titans
Ooh, Titans.
cave.
Titans
Trove.
Cave's got a crown. I forgot that nobody had done which the robot gave us.
And it looks like there's an Aegis shield there too.
Ooh. It is incentivized. No, that is our newest incentive location added to the pool is Titan's Trove. So Titan's Trove does have the crown that was incentivized, so we are still looking for our loose item, and we've got our loot.
Oh yeah, we do. Now wait a minute.
Who is this person?
Gregley,
Who is this
Gregley,
green?
Wait a minute. What happened to the old man, the nice old man who gave all the kids cookies? They were special cookies. What happened? Who's that? Who's that imposter?
I don't really understand what's happening here. All I know is that you go to this castle, guy says, "Bring me my crown." Somebody stole my crown, and you're supposed to bring the crown to him. And all of a sudden, there's this green crazy person. All right. So before we move on, before we figure out who that green person was, we have everything. We're looking for the rod. If Life Reboot finds the rod here, then we know that the massa is loose, and we do not need the loose item. Got the herb.
And there's the herb.
And I totally gave it away. I apologize to everybody watching this.
Way to go, Gregley.
Yeah, I know. I let it down. I let everyone down. And he's going to take the zombie D. And he's going to kill the zombie D.
He sure will.
Okay, so anyways, back to the green guy. Who was that guy?
I think he was the nice old man. He must have been wearing a disguise like the wolf in sheep's clothing.
I'm thinking he must have been clearly one of the bad guys from Scooby-Doo. You know, it's like he reveals
he just rip his foot or something.
Yeah, it was you the whole time. And if it wasn't for you pesky kids. And Dark Moon going for the solo down in Ice Cave. He's going to go ahead and take out some Frosties with a solo knight. It's an interesting plays.
Yeah, he's
I'm assuming this is totally on purpose. What he's doing here.
Well, that gold's better than copper.
Yeah, that's true. So you think he's just going to go on ahead and with his Knight Xena? Probably not.
Let's see what he's going to do here in just a sec.
It's definitely a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it pans out for him.
Oh no, he's gonna just move right along. Looks like he is gonna try to.
Yeah. So right now we've got Life Reboot with the only thing that we know for sure is either going to lead to Massa. All right, we haven't seen Massa. We haven't seen Rod. Massa's great because it's a good sword, but Rod is better because that puts you in a mode of go-ness. Not particularly for Life Reboot. But we know we're not looking for a loose item, and it looks like the prince gives us the rod. So there will be a no loose thing happening here, unless we happen to find the massa just hanging out. But I doubt at this point anyone's going to hunt that massa down. We're still going to see a lot of full clearing, at least until everybody gets all the incentive locations.
Oh wow, it looks like Dark Moon just went through all those chests.
Yeah, he did. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, these mages were so scary in vanilla. Oh, man.
Yeah, they would ambush you every time, and then they'd be like, "Hey, here's some rub," and then you're like, "Nah, bro, I don't want any of that rub." And then they'd be like, "You know what you do need? Lit 3." And then you'd be like, "Nah, I really don't want Lit 3. Why are you doing all that?"
I know, right? That's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as these unrunnable wizards that just punch you.
Yeah. Well, but Dark Moon, Xeno's, I think I don't know what level his characters are at, but if he's got in the upper 400, then he's...
Yeah, he's going to go on ahead and have to take each one of these wizards one at a time. But with the tank in the front, he'll be fine. They don't crit too many times. And we got Chaos. Looks like she's going to pull up her first fiend and Kraken. Here in just a second, if she can make it through these sea snakes and lobsters. See how this battle goes as Dark Moon just plinking down some wizards. It always feels bad to have to kill 7 wizards in 7 rounds of combat.
Well, but I'm more I'm happier with the fact that they can kill it.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it could be worse. He could be running BB strat, and he could have hit that battle, and then the BB would just get beat up to death. So it doesn't look like he's going to go do an eye grind, which is, I mean, it's right there. Just grind your fighter up to like 1 million, and then
to 1 million.
to just 1 million, and you should be good to go.
Did that Wraith just put glare?
Yeah, he's trying to glare him, but I think he's got a ribbon.
I think so. Oh yeah, I think so.
He got the ribbon and the armory.
In the volcano, yeah. But nobody else has found a ribbon.
I don't think anybody else has. Yeah, I don't think anybody else has done volcano yet. I think Dark Moon's literally the only person that's done volcano, and he's going to Provoca, and not to knock his play, but it's actually quicker to go down to Crescent because the clinic is closer to the entrance of the town, and of course the end's right there. So, but it's fine. Whatever he wants to do, just throwing it out there. A little learning experience. I mean, we got some ducklings here. They're a little bit on the newer side. We're gonna throw it out there.
Ooh, Dark Moon's just crashing into Matoya's rock. How rude.
Yeah, you know.
Oops, sorry.
Whoopsie. I didn't mean to crash my airship into your mountain cave place.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. What are you doing? Don't run. Don't smash up my house, jerk.
And looks like Life Reboot picking up his cube. So he's going to be the last one to get the cube here, but that's fine. We're not really sure at this point. We've got a couple orbs lit. Looks like Chaos, like, engaged Kraken, but now did she kill Kraken? I don't see it on the tracker. Did she kill a Kraken?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, she's down on the mermaid side, so I'm assuming Dangwoo says she killed Kraken, so we're gonna go with she killed Kraken.
Oh, but then we've got
oh, she wiped
Shadow
the
Wish
Kraken.
is saying that yeah, wiped the Krakens.
All right, so
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that
there we go.
sense.
Apparently, we've got the tracker's the only person. So that's at least something.
Yeah, and it looks like on Kalsu Baloo's or Chaos' side, it does look like that is the Pirates B side. If you'll notice that when you go to the fight where it says fight magic drink item, that it'll say wait. And that's and I didn't actually know that until I joined this community. Boy, the amount that I have learned since I have been here, I don't know, how long have I been here? A couple years? It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible what you've been able to learn here, for sure. Looks like Life Reboot, he's the only person that currently has the rod. So he's down in Earth Cave. He hasn't done all the incentive locations yet, so he doesn't actually know that the massa, or what leads to the massa, is going to be loose. So he's still clearing some stuff.
Not a bad idea. I've seen it's a good play. It's a good play to check everything.
Yeah, I mean, at this point right now, as far as the weapons, we've seen Excal, right? Other than that, I mean, we don't really have any, like, I didn't see any of those, like, top tier, like, we have a defense sword as well, so I guess that would do pretty well with this particular scaling at 150. So, I mean, the Massa isn't technically required, but it is a good find. If you can find the Massa, you can start mowing some enemies down pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think now Life Reboot's party is a little different because I'm wondering what Life is going to do if he's going to do the black belt strat and get the black belt to like 42, depending on if there's a good grind spot, or is it going to go with buffing the fighter, or maybe both?
I mean, in my opinion, well, I don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, again, like these players are relatively new, so I don't want to assume what they'll do. But if it was me, or you would hope that being an ice cave, you would have done like maybe an eye grind, or you could do the Agamafax. I mean, if you're bringing a black belt along, in my opinion, you got to get him some levels, because that black belt's pretty useless until he gets over level 21.
Well, and it's about the amount of hits. You know, it looks like life's black belts it's about 4 hits.
Yeah.
You know, but you want 8 or 10 hits, especially when you're fighting. You know, because we haven't seen Topher. We're a little ways away from that, and I like the black belt strat because you never know when you have to. You know, Mama said knock you out type of a deal on Chaos or Tiamat or Kraken if it's Kraken Honda. You know, 100 hand slap from Kraken. You mean you're gonna need. You know, if you're taking a black belt, you're gonna have to knock the crap out of them. You know.
Yeah, very true. Very absolutely true. Even at the scaling, which some people kind of, you know, this is pretty mild scaling at the 67% to 150%. I mean, it only takes one fiend rolling just ugly spells like nukes and nuclears and with only one ribbon found with zaps and banes and stuff like that to kind of wreck your party. So it is nice to have the black belt there as kind of a fail-safe. Like, you can go in there and you don't have to see anything because your black belt's just punching everything to death in one round.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I like to do, like when I'm playing just random seeds, you know, I'm always like, well, I don't know what Topher has, so I'd rather spend a little bit of time getting a few extra levels or looking for a better weapon than spending that time wiping to the same thing over and over again. So I like the strategy of getting levels, maybe not early, depends on what items you get.
Yeah.
But there's just, I like that because you never know what Topher's going to have.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
We've seen Tophers where everybody just literally went right through. We've seen brutal Tophers where nobody made it through. I mean, I remember watching guys for 45 minutes, you know, being in Topher for 45 minutes to an hour because Kraken Honda was just beating them down.
Or not even that. I mean, you can always talk about you have ambushing Gurmaduses with Death Touch and Blaze. I mean, something like that could potentially roll into this, and these are potentially tame flags. You just never know when you have scripts, skills, and abilities all shuffled, especially unrunnables, especially the first strike encounter, all that stuff being shuffled in. It could potentially be one of those situations where you run into a really rough Topher for no reason. And Dangwu pointing out that Burt Reynolds, he's in go mode.
Oh yeah, Rod,
he's got everything.
Chime, Cube.
Yes. And Fizzlebeef is here. He's saying, with his best catchphrase since 2018, "What's all this then?"
Welcome, Lord Fizzlebeef. Pleasure to see you.
I feel like I need to break out some canned laughter. Where's my canned audience member, Joe?
Bradley, please.
What's all this then? All right, so something random. That is very true. Thank you, Shadow Wisher, for pointing out the randomness that is happening here. Dangwu he's in chat, but he's our good lord, what am I saying? Restreamer here on Randomania Prime. We've got Danny on track, and it is me, Gregory Puff. We've got Mr. Versetti here hanging out with me in the comms booth. We're just having a good time watching some newer players of the Final Fantasy Randomizer community come together and bring us this showcase. So, if you like what you're seeing Final Fantasy and it's going fast and crazy stuff is happening, you should probably join the Discord. The Discord's amazing. You've got great people there that will help you out, teach you how to play the game, teach you where to go, and teach you what all the flags mean and how to generate your own ROMs. And then eventually, maybe you'll be one of these racers up here on a Duckling showcase out here in front of Randomania, showing off your newly found skills and Randomania craziness.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And everybody here, like since I've been here, everybody's been fantastic to me. I haven't had any issues with anybody. Everybody's more than willing to help. You can get in chats with people. They can help you out. It's just fantastic. So if you're hesitating, don't. Just come on over.
Yeah, it looks like Dangwu went on ahead and threw out some stuff for runners. Dark Moon EX, Life Reboot, Burt Reynolds, and Chaos Subola. Chaos Sabalu. I asked her personally, to her face, to phonetically say that word out for me, and I still can't say it right. And I feel bad, and I think she understands. She's got to understand.
Gregory.
I feel bad. And did you see something on Burt Reynolds' screen? I saw a thing. Was the thing?
It was like a speed bump. I mean, like a da-da. You know, like when you hit it when. Say it.
Oh, wait. I could say it, Greg. Oh, did I just say
my name, Greg?
Did I just say IRL names? Ah!
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Tyrannex. Yeah, that's right. I say it, Tyrannex. Tyrannex is in chat. It's always good to see Tyrannex here.
Welcome. And my real name is Mr. Versetti 13. No lie.
That's his God-given name.
That's correct.
His mom, Mr. His family name, Versetti 13. Swear to, I've seen his birth certificate. I do know that is the case.
Oh my God, Greg.
And it looks like we got a couple of off-stream runs. Froggy Dog and Hypes Nova, who are no longer in the race. So basically, what you see is what we are giving you right now. Dark Moon EX, Burt Reynolds, Casubola, and Life Reboot. That's what's happening here.
Cow, Sue, Baloo.
Casubaloo. Sorry.
Because that Baloo from Tailspin and then KAO is cow.
Casubaloo.
At least that's what I'm under the impression that is, because I've heard people say it before.
Yeah, no one else can pronounce it. And it looks like what's happening here. Cal Superglue. Ducksters hasn't. That is how you say the name. Cal Superglue. As we can't laugh through this battle because there is a battle.
Oh my God.
There is a battle for the ages happening on Burt Reynolds' screen, and it's over.
Oh, that was so funny. I just drooled on myself. That was hilarious. This has been fantastic. Fantastic. I just love it.
So the battle for the ages has gone down on on screen. He's got 2 orbs lit. We've got another battle for the ages happening on Chaos Superglue's screen. Looks like she's going to go on ahead and try to take her second crack at Kraken. See what I did there, because she's
Oh, Danny, only when it gets really, really funny. Oh, is this a Kraken sighting? Let's see. What do we got?
Yeah, we've got some stuff happening as Life Reboot's just trying to make his way through. Big difference between Life Reboot's time in Earth Cave and Burt Reynolds' time as Earth Cave is that Burt Reynolds already knew he was in go mode, so he didn't have to check any chests. Whereas Life Reboot's been having a little bit of trouble in Earth Cave because Earth Cave can be kind of ugly at times. Mm-hmm. We got more Bracken strats, and it looks like the
what was that?
Yeah, it landed.
Brack strats
for the win. And Groggy Dog's here. Tell us all about. You can tell us in chat. How'd everything go?
I'm gonna say Kraken 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
thank you.
Kraken 2 Electric Boogaloo. So we've got Casubaloo has her first orb lit at about the 3-minute mark. Let's see what else is going on. Burt Reynolds, 2 orbs lit. Life Reboot still trying to make his way down to Lich. Dark Moon is making his way through deals. He's gonna eventually get his.
And I believe in that chest and ordeals, wasn't that the herb? I believe so.
Wiped on the solo BB grind. Ugh, you hate to see that. Oh no!
Oh, Groggy Dog.
Oh, the safety.
Oh man,
if Asher 1611 was here, he safety save. You do not take a step, especially in that particular situation where, yeah, that's rough, man. I would have probably forfeit too, completely just, and then flip my computer over, and then probably drank all the beer that I have in my house.
Oh, jeez. I would probably scream super loud, and everybody in the neighborhood would be like, "What is that noise?"
Yeah, that's brutal. And One Fine Day is here. Man, we've got a really good crowd of people. Tyrannex, One Fine Day, Lord Fizzlebeef, all these like kind of veteran runners here kind of help us out and keep us on track, me and Mr. Versetti here.
Oh, now wait a minute. Speak for yourself. I'm right on track. And that track has been derailed, but I'm still.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Burt Reynolds picking up his 33,000. He's gonna have a lot of use for that in this late game. Tracker's keeping us up to date. Looks like Chaos is doing some cardio checks. Gonna hang out and get a bunch of disappointment down here. And Life Reboot's still just getting beat up by a big old packs of undead people, as Dark Moon is also hanging out in Earth Cave. Yeah, it looks like Dark Moon's also in go mode, from what I can tell just looking at his tracker. He's got a white shirt, so that's pretty good. But other than that, he's in go mode. So we got 2 people in go mode. Burt Reynolds is ahead with the 2 orbs, whereas Dark Moon's gonna light up his second orb probably in about,
couple
say
minutes,
about 2 minutes or so. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he still has a couple floors to go, but
yeah, he's got a couple floors. He's got to get through. What's the thing that you have to get through in Earth 3? It's like it's got a cape. It's I don't know. It's something that's down there that you gotta. Then you gotta fight another thing that has a cape as well. Let's not forget this carry battle that's happening here with Burt Reynolds.
Ooh, carry casting. What was that? Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, so she's instead of going out with 6 hits, she's probably gonna go out with, like, I don't know, 12 hits. Is that how math works?
No, I think we had a experience with that already today, and I would advise we not go down that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about math anymore. I think we already between 67% and 150%. It's too much to refigure out.
Well, look at it this way. That's what Thunder came into. How do you think he feels?
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I feel bad for Thunder showing up.
That was like the worst time. I'm glad Thunder's here. Believe me, we're all glad. But that was a rough thing to come in on. I agree.
Yeah. So Courant is here, which they're wondering how the fantasy is going. It's going pretty well. It's going well.
Is going great.
It's going pretty well. Groggy's telling us more of his woeful tales of how he took a wipe on his BB grind. And he's also wondering, has anybody seen the... We have not seen the loose item yet. But, Groggy Dog, we already know that the loose item, whatever it happens to be, is going to lead to the mass immune. So the loose item was not required. It looks like we found an Opal Cheerio and what appears to be Mirage 1. So the Opal bracelet, or Opal Cheerio as some of us like to call it, since it is a circle, it has the... Oh, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, did you see Dark Moon? Did you see that resting Lich face? That's it. Lich is out.
Yeah, I mean... He made it through Earth on what he did or who he had to fight to get through there, but things happen. Things happen in Earth Cave, and now he's out of Earth Cave, and it looks like he's got one lit. Burt Reynolds, killing carry. He's got 3 orbs lit. He's going to make it through Sky. He's checking chests. It's a good thing he did find that Opal bracelet, because like I said before, that thing has pretty awesome absorb. Has 32 absorb. It's the best armor that pretty much everybody can equip except for the Knight. It's got 32 absorb and it has 1 evade, so it's actually better than the ice armor and the fire armor, because the fire and ice armor have lower evade. So it's pretty awesome to find that, especially if you're running the particular party that he's running. You can throw that Opal bracelet on either his red or his black mage and give him that much more absorb.
Yep, that's correct. And Tyrannix, I was actually taking care of me. I had to do that periodically. And thank you, Thunder. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm not going anywhere.
And Thundercloud is pointing out the obvious that about 15 minutes ago. And
yeah,
I don't remember saying it. I mean, you could have clipped it, but that did not happen. And Life Reboot getting some what is that? What's happening on his screen?
I have no idea what's happening. I think we have a Lich.
Yep. Cheer on, Life Reboot. Come on, you got this, bud. It's just Lich. I think he got this. He's gonna throw some ice 3s at Lich. That's gonna do chip damage at best. His Black Mage is going to go 1 hit, 1 damage.
Oh, that dark hit on the black belt. Oh, wait a minute. Get that resting Lich Face added right now.
Yeah, that harm 3 is going to go on ahead and seal the deal at the 59-minute mark. As Dark Moon's just plowing his way through C. He's not messing around.
Absolutely.
He needs to kill him a Kraken. He's tired of a Kraken.
I think he's ready to get his 4 orbs and just be on the way, and he wants to be the first person in Topher, so let's get.
Yeah, he Clash of the Titans one too many times. He's tired of Kraken's existence, so he's going to go on ahead and make. Burt Reynolds is still searching out chests. I'm looking at his tracker now. He has the defense sword, right? I'm seeing that. He must be looking for. No, Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds is in go mode last time I checked, but he's still searching chests. I'm assuming he's not happy with his gear.
That's possible.
Oh, he's got a second ribbon.
Yes, that's what we've been looking.
No, he was probably looking for his first ribbon because he probably did not check the armory because he was already in go mode at that point.
That you are 100% correct.
Yeah,
that
so
is right. That's Bert's first ribbon because Dark Moon, I believe it was his that he got in the volcano.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we found the ribbon in the volcano armory way long. He did an earth dive way back when. He's got a black shirt. Black shirt's pretty awesome. Does Ice 2 in battle. Has the same amount of absorb and evade as the gold Cheerio, and also protects against ice and time elemental. So it's a pretty good find for his black mage.
Absolutely, it sure is. And it looks like life's going magic shopping at.
Yeah. Question in chat. Tyrnex is wondering what does Bert have in his hand. I'm assuming the because that is lit up on our tracker. And do I see a robot? He's getting set up for a robot. What's happening here? What's this robot doing?
Is this a time where we should be getting something out in chat?
Uh-oh. Lord Fizzlebeef knows what's happening.
Is this a Domo Arigato situation?
I'm assuming so. Okay. Looks like we've got our robot.
No need for RNGs in chat. Here is Mr. Warmech.
Warmech's going down. Got Ruse.
Warmech.
Got a lit 3.
The mech is capital.
Alright, so we should be able to tell by the sword that comes out what he's wielding. Oh, he does have a defense sword.
Yes, he used it, but didn't hit.
Yes. Looks like Lord Fizzlebeef defense. What is this game, even randomized?
Yes, it is.
Ice 3 coming out.
Hey, Martin, I love it. I do that same thing too. I love it. This is just, boy, I tell you, if whoever's not here is not having a good time.
Yeah, so
not like we're having a good time.
The good thing I will say is the defense strats did work. Warmech, unless Warmech starts spamming nuclears, he should be okay. He's throwing out heal 2. Got a little more chip damage. I saw 4 hits for 225, so I think we're okay. Let's go on ahead and break out some more Twitch math. That doesn't matter. I don't have to figure out Twitch math. But we got lots of experience points.
Now, wait a minute. Dane, what are you talking about?
Oh, he does?
I don't believe we've seen the game changer.
Well, Danglu says he has the Vorpal on his Red Wizard, which seems like kind of a waste in that particular battle. If you know you're going to... You switch that Vorpal over to your DPS.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and it looks like Dark Moon's going the wrong way. What is... I've never seen anybody go this way, ever. What is left up? What was that?
I don't know.
He's going to miss Warmech because he went left up. And he's going to go on ahead and get the number 8 encounter here, taking on a fighter who goes on ahead and... Black Mage. So his Black Mage is, that's unfortunate. He's going to go pull on the 2-man strats, see how that works out for him. His life reboot appears to be taking on Mux and Volcano. Chaos is gonna get her loot from that kindly old king. We got a couple of Astos battles happening here. We've got the fighter, and we have actual Astos as Tiamat.
Oh, it looks like, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we got Tiamat battle. We got two-man strats. Looks like Tiamat said, "Hey, you know, you don't like her. Don't like him at all. I'm gonna go ahead and kill your back row." And Xeno's just gonna go on ahead and hit A and pray, and we'll see how that happens as we head on down to Reynolds' screen, trying to light up his fourth orb as Dark Moon.
Oh, did you see that?
And I saw it.
Fantastic. Brackety, brack, brack, brack.
Brackety, brack, brack,
Brackety.
brack, 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 brack.
Yes. Oh, man.
I know. I feel like.
So now we have Lamp, Brack, and what was the other one? Well, was the other one Brack?
No, well, Brack. There was the Brack. There was the Brack, and then there was of course the lamp. It's lampity lamp, right? So we got those two songs, right? And then of course we've got the Brack song, which we could just go on ahead. If you've ever seen Invader Zim, you could just substitute Brack for Doom, and that's where you do. So you go Brack, 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 Brack. I think that's how the song goes.
That was fantastic.
I thought so too. As Burt Reynolds goes back in time, we are 2,000 years in the past. This
1 hour and 6 minutes.
I know. And Dark Moon.
Wow.
Now all the orbs are lit. This is insanity. I can't even handle
Dark
it.
Moon is on Bert's heels.
I know. And Chaos is getting her chime. She's going to eventually be in go mode of some kind. Actually, I think that puts her in go mode. So Chaos Subaru is in go mode at the 1 hour 6 minute mark. She's still got 3 orbs to lit up, but she's gonna make it happen. She's gonna make it happen. Life Reboot finds that ribbon that we talked about 1,000,000 years ago in the armory, so he's gonna make things happen as well, as he's got 1 orb lit. But we got a Topher battle about to happen here as soon as Dark Moon figures out what he wants to do. He's buying stuff, but Reynolds didn't buy stuff. He was like, I'm going straight in.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how that strat's going to pay off. I'd like to see. I didn't see how many healing potions or magic charges or cure charges or any of that.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of experience. Jeez, 12,000. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have 2.5 times plus 250 plus the 10% per key item. Yeah, plus the 10% per key item, and we've found all the key items. Every key item has been found. We don't know if the massa was just loose or something led to the massa. I'm pretty sure we saw everything though. Pretty sure
we do have a run validation.
Ooh, somebody did validate the run? What did we find there?
I have nothing.
Yeah,
I think it was money in the second one and nothing. I don't think anything of importance in the other one.
And it looks like yeah, okay, he's gonna run away from that battle. Some zombie Ds on the way down. Sometimes you gotta fight zombie Ds on the way down to kill Chaos. He got a little
Wait
chimera.
a minute, what happened to Dark Moon? He had to start over. What happened?
No, Dark Moon didn't have to start over. Dark Moon was doing a bunch of shots.
You're right. I'm sorry. My bad. Because Burt Reynolds was the first one in. Now Dark Moon was right on his heel.
Yeah. Dark Moon's right on his heel. He's not taking that grass D. Grass D. You know, the dragons that live on the grass, man. They're just hanging out. Yeah. But Dark Moon not taking battles means he might catch up to Burt Reynolds. So this could be a close race.
Oh, it's a
race.
He
is right behind him. He is right. He's like a floor behind him. Coming up the mowers, man. Yeah, I mean,
oh boy.
Yeah, as Tyrannex is pointing out, man, I don't think these guys need levels, especially Dark Moon. I mean, he's been running 3-man the whole time, so he should have all the levels he needs, especially since he inexplicably ran the solo strat through Ice Cave.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't grind. He just went on ahead and just went solo fighter through Ice Cave. I'm assuming that had nothing to do with the glare images and the scorch and the mute and all that. So that had nothing to do with it. He just wanted to prove to us that one fighter can make it through Ice Cave, as we got a Lich 2 side. And what's Lich 2 going to do?
This is our second round. Let's see.
Oh my god, we're about to get a double Lich 2.
Oh, dude.
It's good to see. No, it's good to see that though here. If you,
Yes, it is,
if
because that means Chaos doesn't have it. Tiamat doesn't have it, and Crack.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. As you can see, that is really good news because if you want a refiend or if you want a fiend refight to have anything, you want to see something like Cure 4 on Lich 2 because Lich 2 is by
Wow.
far going to be the weakest of them. So we've
Mhm.
seen Cure 4 that's out of the pool. You don't have to worry about seeing it on something like Chaos or Kraken 2 or Tia 2. And it looks like Burt Reynolds has made it through. And what happened? Dark Moon has reset out. Oh, we got Crack. Lich 2 is peddling Crack 2?
What? We didn't see that on anybody. We didn't see that on Dark Moon or Burt Reynolds, I don't believe.
No, that's what they're saying. Chat is saying that Lich 2 is peddling the Crack as well.
Lich 2. Oh, wow. Stop that, Lich.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So Lich 2.
No, you're right, Lord Fizzlebeef.
Yeah, Lich 2, like hanging out with giants, just peddling all the Crack in the world. And that's unfortunate because Burt Reynolds didn't see any of that, and that was going to be a close heat, man, getting through there.
Yes.
Looks like Dark Moon's going to go on ahead and get that one experience from the Phantom.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's solid play. Oh, 96 experience. That's a lot more than I expected.
Yeah. And Shadow Wisher's absolutely correct, saying that this is why the randomizer aren't over until it's over. You're absolutely, because we haven't even seen, Kraken 2, Tiamat 2. Well, we know Cure 4 is out, but we haven't seen Nuclear, Swirl. We haven't seen any of that stuff yet. So
yeah,
it's anybody's game now.
Yeah, the only Nuclear we saw was on, but I think there's 4 Nuclears to the pool, so they could roll on any of these guys.
Who was the first one on?
Warmack had Nuclear.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Warmack had Nuclear, but we haven't seen anything else. And yeah, Life 2 was level 1 White Mage locked. And we didn't see regular Life.
Oh, I don't think we've seen it. I wonder if it's level 8.
It probably was. I assume it was level 8 Gaia or maybe no one would probably check that at that point. As Dark Moon, he is on the Earth floor, and we've got Reynolds taking on a Kraken. Wow. And looks like we've got some Lit 3, we've got an Invis 2. Kraken responds with a Lit 3 of her own. And
Ruse is a good idea.
Yeah, Ruse is a great idea for your Red Mage. Keep him up as best as you can. Obviously, keeping his DPS in the back and his White Mage, the only person that can bring everybody back to life in the back as well. As you can see, Greg. No, wait, that's Grog. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, not me. Grog got hugged. Hugged like those anacondas hug you. They just.
Poison out of Kraken. That wasn't too bad though. Oh, looks like Dark Moon's back at Lich again. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully Lich doesn't start peddling that. You just hate to see it from undead from 2,000 years in the past, still holding on to his crack addiction.
Absolutely, shame on him. He should get some help for that. We should treat it like an actual addiction and not a crime.
Yeah,
but,
well. Once these guys get out of this battle, let's make sure we check out Chaos Ebola and Life Reboot. They are actually doing dual carry battles, is what it looks like. I'm seeing as Dark Moon makes it through Lich 2. Looks like Kraken has taken out not only his Black Mage but his Red Mage, but he's made it through Kraken with that Fade charge.
Got it through. Wow.
Yeah. And I was mistaken. We're not doing dual carries. We've got Life Reboot taking on Carry 1, trying to light up his second orb, as Kasubalu, struggling hard, taking out Lich, and Lich went down about the way Lich typically goes down. So Chaos, she's lit up her third orb. She's in go mode. She needs to go on ahead and kill us a Tiamat. Life Reboot. He lights up his second orb. He is not in go mode because he doesn't have the loot. He needs the ruby to get the loot. He needs to get that ruby so that he can go to Titan's Trove and get the crown, which turns into the loot. Pretty
Mhm.
sure that's what I have correct here, as we've got a Tia 2 and a Carry 2 battle happening on the left side of your screen.
And for a minute there, we almost had all 4 of our racers on a Fiend. We were close.
Yeah.
I think we had 3 because we had Dark Moon on Lich, Burt Reynolds was on Kraken, and Life Reboot was on Carry. And then Kao Subalu was just a little bit behind.
Yeah, so looks like Xeno is going to go on ahead and take out Carry 2 as Life Reboot gets more bits. He's getting bits. It's happening.
My bad, bits.
All the bits. Give him the bits. Bit hype. And Dark Moon on the Kraken floor. Burt Reynolds taking on Tia 2. He's down to 2 Light Warriors. What's happening here? Throwing a heal down.
Oh, gotta watch out for that white mage.
Yeah, the white mage. Even though, again, we talk about this scaling, it's not too bad. It's only 67% to 150. Tiamat 2 could still roll pretty high, but did not matter. Looks like Tiamat 2 is down on that last hit for 507 hit points, and he's going to make his way towards Chaos as Dark Moon makes his way through, was that Carry 2? Or was that Kraken 2?
That was
Kraken 2.
And I liked what Burt Reynolds did there. He actually had the heals directly underneath where the cursor starts. So when you go into the item screen, you hit up once, you're on your item, then you can heal. So that is an incredibly good way to get your menuing done quick, especially if you got to heal a bunch. 4 characters, that was really fast.
Yeah,
And
that's
a
really
great
good.
strategy to do.
Yeah, we talk about good strategies in the games. One of the things Mr. Versity's saying, you want to make slot down in the bottom left-hand corner of your menu. That way, if you need to do some heals, all you gotta do is up and heal, up heal, up heal. It's very quicker.
You know, if it's on the far right, you got to go over a 2 and then down, and
it's something along that lines. And it looks like we've got a chaos battle. I'm gonna try my best to do a little play on play, or play by play on it, play on play. Yeah, Praxstrat's not really working out. We got to defend there, a little bit of chip damage. He's going to make sure that he keeps his fighter alive, as Dark Moon looks like he's taken down Kraken 2. He's got a red mage and a fighter alive. He doesn't have that white mage, so he can't bring his red mage back to life. So he's going to be 2-man in it through the rest of this thing. As Chaos, looks like Chaos has quite the absorb. I'm not sure what's happening here. What are we doing?
He tried to hit somebody and he missed.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing great defensive strats. He's got a bunch of power blocks because he knows he doesn't have the fast. He doesn't have tempers, so he may as well get all his bonks out on top of that fighter. And now the fighter goes 5 hits, 367. That's not much damage. This Chaos, again, could roll somewhere.
He's kind of just like in purgatory, just kind of like not doing a whole lot, but not really taking a lot of damage. I mean, he's sort of right in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, as long as
2 for 2.
As long as this Chaos doesn't start doing crazy stuff like nukes and nuclears and swirls and banes and zaps
Thunders
and all that crazy stuff, then he'd be okay.
Oh, actually, Terranex, Gregory, I thought we only had 4 racers. Are there 2 more that are off screen?
Both off-screen racers have forfeited the race. And Groggy Dog both were in the race as well, and they both we already heard the story about Groggy Dog and dual wipe, black belt wipe. And we don't know exactly what happened to Hypes Nova, but we do know that he forfeited quite a bit, or quite early into the race. I'm assuming maybe a black belt grind gone wrong as well, because that's typically what would happen to me. And yeah, this Chaos battle is not really going very quickly. Dark Moon took out Tia, but he's gonna solo. He's gonna have Chaos, so this could get interesting.
Then I'm wondering if Chaos is on the latter half of the 100, between 100 and 150, because he's got a whole bunch, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I mean you don't know. Like at this point with the scaling, like we talked about, Chaos can anywhere between, I think, like 1,400 hit points and 3,000 hit points, because I'm not really sure what 2/3 of 200 is, or 2,000 is. It's like somewhere, it's like 13 something or another.
Upper 6.
Yeah.
Not quite 7.
Oh, okay. So it could roll that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's like 1333 to, or not 4,000, 3,000 hit points is what Cass could potentially roll. And you know what? Let's just go on ahead. We're gonna do the old math strats here on Twitch.
Oh, but look at what we've got on Dark Moon's screen. Oh, he's gonna solo. He's gonna try to solo. What's his name?
Yeah, and it looks like Burt Reynolds
GG.
doing it. GG's taking down Chaos. Big time hype. You gotta love to see it when a good plan pays off. Burt Reynolds with an official SRL time 1 hour, 20 minutes, 18 seconds. Xeno, and not Xeno. Xeno's his fighter, but Dark Moon. He is going solo strats. He put his fighter in that 3rd slot. Why do you think he put that fighter in the 3rd slot?
Oh, the reason he put the fighter in the 3rd slot because the way the party's sort of built up is the person in the 1st position has a 50% chance of being attacked or something done on him or her, whatever. And then the 2nd spot is 25%. So the 3rd and then the 4th slot obviously are 12.5%. Now it doesn't matter whether you put the fighter in the 3rd or the 4th slot; either one will be fine because there's a lesser chance. And okay, Gregory, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it if you know what? Never. But yeah, that's why they do it. It's 50, 25, 12.5, and 12.5. So there's a less chance of getting hit. And oh no, ouch! That's a wipe.
Oof. Gosh, you hate to see that when you make it that far in. You solo go at it. You try your best to make it happen with your. It doesn't end up working out. And it looks like we've got Chaos. She is going 2,000 years in the past, so we may have a catch-up of the century right here as Chaos Sulu. Chaos,
just say Chaos, right?
I'm going to just stick with Chaos. That's what I should have been doing this whole time. Instead of doing, gosh knows what I've been doing this whole time while we've been broadcasting this. So they are both Dark Moon on his 2nd wipe, both on that floor of Topher as Life Reboot is going to hang out. That the mermaids have the power bond.
And actually, Gregory, I'm curious. Did we have a hero run in the encounter table? Because I wasn't paying attention at all.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice one either. I assume there's probably got to be one, considering that the encounter table 70%. There had to have been something good, but I didn't quite notice it.
Yeah, me neither. Because it was one of the things on it was instead of 100% encounters on the overworld and dungeons, it's actually 70%. So there's a few less fights.
Yeah, it's always nice, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I love Final Fantasy. It's a fantastic game. One of the things that most people criticize RPGs in general for are the random encounters, the prevalence of them. So, lowering that encounter rate, to me, I think makes the game go along a little bit quicker. I get that it takes a little bit of the challenge out because obviously more random encounters, the more chances you have to wipe to ugly things. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Either like getting random encounters every 2 seconds, or you like not getting them. Looks like we got a Lich 2 happening again. Chaos is trying to make her way to the Earth floor. She just ran away from a bunch of chimeras. Life Reboot is taking on the Sahagin party.
Man, yeah, that's a
Ooh, gosh, you hate to see Red Sahagins roll any sort of stupid spell like that.
Yeah, you are correct.
And it looks like we
have the man himself, Mr. Burt Reynolds. Welcome, sir. Welcome. GG on the race. Wow.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was a great race. You and Dark Moon were like really neck and neck going Topher. You missed a very important spell in Lich 2's spell list. It's the same thing that It's the same thing that the Giants were peddling.
With crack?
Oh yeah.
So did Darkmoon take a wipe in Topher then?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you think about that seed?
I think everything went pretty well. Trying to figure out what was loose was lots of fun.
Yeah.
It saved me a lot of time when I figured out that Massa was loose. Although getting to the end of the game, I like trying to beat all the refights with just a defense sword took a while.
Yeah, we talked about that too. I mean, we talked about what you had in your as far as weapons are concerned, because the whole time, like he'd go mode, and then we realized that all you had, which is a good weapon. It's top tier, but it's not Massa. It's not Vorpal.
It's no scimitar.
Yeah, it's no scimitar for sure. I mean, Spellzap could tell us all about the scimitar strats. And also, you're going to be really disappointed to hear this, because we noticed that one ribbon in Sky 3, but there was a ribbon in the armory.
Yeah, that's a good place to check for sure.
Yeah, it's just one of those things you just never know. You cut things out here and there, try to get your time down the best you can, especially when you're in a race like this. So
yeah, I was saving all my I was trying to save all my checks to Sky, to like the very end of the game, so I knew exactly what I was looking for. I'm not sure if that even makes sense, but
it does. That's something I would do.
Like maybe I get to level 32 or something, and then I want the defense sword. I don't care about finding a better sword. If I'm level 28 at that point, then I'll want to go and find a better sword for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like the plan. I mean, and in these particular flags, the odds are pretty low. I mean, it's like close to 5% that the Massa would be one of the loose items. So, looking at these flags, oh well, I'm gonna eventually find a Massa mutant, hunt down a loose item maybe, and to get through the game. But unfortunately for your particular setup, having the Massa loose, you had to go through with the defense sword. But man, you made it work. You made it work.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty incredible watching you with your defense strats. You had some Brack strats coming out. You had some your white shirt strats. You really made the best of the gear that you had with the power bonk that you found down in Mermaids, and made it work, especially without fast and temper. Versetti and I were pretty impressed.
Yeah, because I knew I was going to go in to Topher short, so I made sure to go around and like buy ruse for my knight. I'm not sure if I ever cast it because I had the defense sword, but buy ruse for everyone, buy invis 2 for everyone, just in case it came down to that.
Yeah,
and that's a good play. Ruse is, if you're going to beat the game vanilla with 4 white mages, ruse is the way to go, and I think you proved that you can use it in this. That was a great idea.
Yeah. So right now it looks like we've got Dark Moon time, since we already spoke that this is actually Darkmoon's third Topher dive, but unfortunately took a wipe on Lich 2 because that Smutty's been peddling, and Chaos taking on her first Kraken 2. So let's see how this goes. We got he got that poison coming out. She's going boom. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have gotten that excited, but that's pretty amazing to see, because I know I'm kind of ahead of the stream. But man, when you see Brack land on Kraken 2, oh, it's so good. It reminds me of Chaos, or not Chaos, sorry, Shadow Wisher and her Brack 2s on Kraken 2. As Dark Moon unfortunately saw a nuclear come out of Kraken 2, and he's down to 2 light warriors, as the race has really begun. The race is really happening right now between Dark Moon EX and Chaos, as Chaos takes on Tia 2. Do you think she's going to go for Brack to Brack strats?
I think so.
I mean, at this point, why not? You got to go meme strats. You got to do it.
And you know what's funny? Bert never saw any of this. He never saw Crack on Lich, or I don't believe he saw the nuke or whatever it was.
Yeah, I got nuke from Carrie. Or
you
was
did?
That nuke from Kraken?
It was a nuclear from Kraken.
Yeah, I got that, but I had enough hit points to I think 3 of my characters survived it.
Yeah, so looks like Tia took out Chaos's black mage. So she's got a couple party members left. You got to make sure you keep that white mage alive. Speaking of which, that white mage, big time, right? Good spells on that white mage with the life 2. Life 2 locked out a white mage. If you hadn't already gone rainbow route, would you have re-rolled to make sure that you had that white mage with the life 2?
On flag sets like this, my goal is consistency, so I always play Fighter Rainbow. Almost always for like on this specific flag set, I'm always gonna play Fighter Rainbow, given the option.
And
what was that?
it was stun touch, and it was a wipe again. As Chaos Ebola is like way ahead at this point. She is going to go on ahead and take on her nemesis herself, Chaos, and Dark Moon is heading to Mirage. I guess he's going to maybe do a Blue D grind. I'm assuming that's what he's doing, or he's looking for gear.
Unless he's looking for the Mazmune.
Yeah, he must be looking for the Mazmune. We have.
Oh, did you see that? That was a max gold chest. Awesome, I love that.
Well, I would love to watch him do more of that, but I'm more interested in Chaos battle against herself, Chaos. As Lock 2 strats, I like to see that. We got Invis 2 coming out. Chaos doing a whole lot of nothing.
76? What?
Yeah, Invis 2. We got 2 Invis 2, so we're stacking up the evade. We're stacking up the power box. It's a similar strategy to what you did, Burt Reynolds. And I can't believe that we have the lead actor in Cannonball Run here with us. I mean, this is just the longest yard, Blue Bloods. I mean, this is just, I can't even.
I know, right? Right? Man,
if everyone wants a story, if everyone wants a story, I had a mustache.
Wait, what just happened?
You did? Did you have one just like him? Was it one of them huge ones?
Wait.
Yeah, so I got the nickname. I don't know.
Hold on. Everybody stop for a second. I looked over at SRL.
What?
I looked down. Chaos. She's on the new game screen. She's forfeited from the race.
What?
I'm not sure what happened. Oh, she accidentally, oh no! Her reset button was like bound to something on her keyboard.
Oh no. Dark Moon just found the Mazmune. It was in the greater than, less than. But man, that is rough. Wow, after all that work?
Yeah, I think she got tilted by the fact that she accidentally resetted on that. But it looks like she's gonna go on ahead and unforfeit and try to make it back through this battle. We're gonna see what she's deciding to do off screen. As Life Reboot's gonna go on ahead and do his promotion. We did find the Mazmune finally. It was right there in the less than greater than room. That was one of the rooms you didn't check, Burt Reynolds. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's fine. Defense sword's fine. That's a bit of a walk for the unequals room, I think.
No, I agree with you. I agree, and I think the defense sword worked out just fine. We'll see what Cass has decided to do. It looks like she's been race, and or she's back into the race. So we're gonna see if she.
Yeah, it looks like Dark Moon's in for another try, and it looks like Life Reboot's just chugging right along. I like to see that. I like to see that. You know, life has not quit. Life has just continued. Oh, are we on cursor percent? Where? Show me cursor percent.
Dark Moon going on ahead. She's Dark Moon taking out Phantom again.
Dang.
And Life Reboot, he's going for it. He's just.
You know, slow but steady wins the race.
No, and he's by far of the racers that we've seen tonight, the newest person in the community. I want to say Life Reboot's been in the community for about 3 weeks, maybe.
Wow.
I think he's only done one Duckling seed, so this is easily the first race he has participated in. And I want to say he was needing help getting all his SRL stuff put together. So it's pretty awesome to have such a new player that hasn't competed with Final Fantasy Randomizer coming in here and just coming out here and showing what they can do. I think that's really awesome.
I'm impressed. I'm really, 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 really impressed that this is after only a few weeks and not having a lot of races under the belt. This is fantastic. I like it. This is just great. Let's go life reboot. Come on, everybody. Let's.
Yeah, I love it. I love it specifically because I mean the time he's putting up is pretty reasonable. I mean, I remember when I first started, like I felt like I could barely get under 2 hours, and these runners now, man, they are putting up some. Yeah, life reboot goes in. Cass back in Topher. She's not messing around. She already saw what she needed to see. She got the tilt off of her system, and she's gonna come on in here. She's gonna make short work of this Topher, and hopefully, she'll be able to kill Chaos and close that time loop that we've been talking about.
Absolutely. I was gonna tell. Oh, okay. So next thing I wanted to bring up was that if we look at Life Reboot is very close to the room.
Yeah, he's right there, less than greater than room.
Like, right there, like he is knocking on the Mazmune's door.
Yeah,
knock, knock.
And he still does not have his loot. So he still thinks he may need the.
Oh no, where was the loot?
The loot was a turn-in.
Oh, Astos.
Yeah, the crown, which was Titan's Trove. He may not know that.
Oh shoot!
Because he is a relatively
look,
new race.
Look, he's checking. He's checking.
Yep, he's about to get it. There it is. He knows he's got his loose item, but does he know? Does he know that he needs to check the Titan's Trove to get the crown to get the loot? Otherwise, he's just going to be spinning his wheels.
I'm confident that it's going to happen. You know, Gregley, if you were to tell me that Life Reboot has only been here for 3 weeks, I'd say, are you sure about that?
Yeah, I mean...
Because that's fantastic. That is absolutely great. I love to see it.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what? You might actually see me in one of these races in the future. Losing, of course, but hey.
I mean, I always want to... Look, first off, I'm excited to have a Mr. Versetti in comms with me. I can only... You got to go in there. You're going to meme it up. You're going to find everything with crack. You're going to sing. You're going to buy all the lamp and the Brax, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and go on. You finish your statement, then I'll.
I just wanted to address Mr. Fizzlebeef. It's the greater than, less than, because we have to go alphabetical because I have extreme OCD. I do like when Bert said the unequals room. That was
Yeah, I know we've kind of been talking over Bert, and I want him to tell us a little bit more. I'd like to go on ahead and talk about what we're doing here on Randomania. The Uno, as they call it. Only I call it that, but somebody else may have called it that once. We are doing a Duckling showcase. These players that you see in front of you are relatively new to the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. And if somebody in chat, not me because I don't know how to do life, can put the Discord up, going ahead. If you like what you're seeing, you think you can play some Final Fantasy Randomizer and just hang out with us. I mean, it's a great community. Everyone gives hugs and free cans of Cokes. I promise you. That's not a thing I'm making up right now. Go to that Discord that the Randroid has put down and join us. It's really awesome stuff. We've got great members here, great learning tools. I'm actually in charge of the Duckling seeds, which are basically kind of easy mode flags to get people into the game, to learn how to play the game. Let's have a 12-pack of orange Coke. All right.
I love these guys. This is just fun. Man.
I'm trying to give this heartfelt speech. Can't even talk. I'm done. I'm trying to give this heartfelt thing about how everybody should join the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. And it's amazing. You can be one of these new racers freaking showcased here. We try to do Duckling showcases here and there. Usually like once a month, once every few weeks or so. We've got a Duckling Derby coming up sometime in the new year, which is going to be a competitive tournament style thing that we'll do with all the new racers. I'm very excited to do that. We've already got our flags put together for it. It's going to be quite amazing. So please join us. Obviously, follow our racers. We've got Dark Moon EX. We've got Burt Reynolds. We've got Chaos Subalu. Kasubalu. And we've got Life Reboot. Make sure you give them a follow. Give us a follow. We've got Dangwoo doing the restream. We've got Danny on the tracking.
Superstar tracker.
And we have myself, Gregory Puff, and my partner in crime, Mr. Versetti, doing the comms. Make sure you check us all out. It's pretty awesome stuff. Burt Reynolds, just tell us more about your race.
Well, that was the first time I'd ever done like an early dive and racked Kraken 1. And I wasn't sure exactly how that was going to work, or if I could, if it was even going to work. But it seemed to work out pretty well.
And I love how I basically went over to you, was like, hey, Bert, give us a whole thing about your whole race, and then I'm going to just take over. Looks like Dark Moon is taking on Chaos, one Light War. He likes to go the solo Light War route. I like it. I respect that. I respect it. He doesn't reset up. He's gonna go on ahead and do it. Cass is right behind him. She's on Tia's floor. Struggling with life over here, but she's on Tia's floor.
Oh yeah. Oh, so we got Dark Moon on Chaos. We've got Kalsubalu getting close, and Life Reboot just found a ribbon in the 8-way room. I don't know what the spider web room is, but
the
8-way
spider room. So we know we're all three ribbon. You got ribbon.
Oh wait a minute.
What do you see?
Let's take a look at Life Reboot stream. Let's look at his fighter.
His fighter's poison. Oh, wait. Can we get some sound? Dangwoo, you need sound. We need sound.
Dane, please, Dane.
If we don't get sound. Wait, did he? Oh, he cured his poison. This is not okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is
Did
not okay.
you see how close we were?
I know. Zeno.
SVJ here, did you see? Man, we were so close. But I envisioned it in my mind.
Dark Moon, not doing much damage. No!
Oh!
The crit! The crit! Why does the crit happen?
So much respect for Dark Moon for not quitting.
I would have flipped everything over, and he got crit through backside fade on his fighter, and he's got to do whatever. And Chaos is on Chaos. There's a Chaos, double Chaos happening. Oh my gosh! All right, Chaos Subal. She's taking on Chaos. She's got some Chaos on Chaos. Crit through max evade. It's rough.
Oh man.
You hate to see it. That is the 4th wipe that Dark Moon has had in Topher. And he's going for Agama grinds.
I think so.
Yeah, he's doing his Life Reboot, his full clearing, because he still has not figured. I'm assuming that the Titan Shrove thing is kind of messing with him. Again, relatively new runner, probably didn't see the flag or didn't know the flag was on, which is fine. It's a relatively new flag. So we're going to see what Life Reboot does as he finishes clearing out Sky, and Chaos fades Chaos. And we're going to see how this battle goes here. 6 hits, 680 is what I saw, but I couldn't quite see it on the screen. And,
wow!
Ooh, that was a big hit. 8 hits, 700. Fade comes out. Man. 134. And we got another fade coming out for a really low roll.
Chaos isn't doing anything. Wow, that fighter is just blasting him.
Yeah, Chaos is really kind of a glass cannon, but actually for Dark Moon.
GG Chaos. GG.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chaos, or for Dark Moon, he's just kept fighting Chaos with only one Light Warrior.
Well, looks like he's gonna grind it out. He's gonna have to grind it out. I don't know what other option at this point that he had. Do we know what level his fighter is right now? 30 something?
It was in the 30s is what I remember seeing last. All right.
You know, I'm really behind Life Reboot here because he's just trucking right along. I don't know if Mr. Fizzly. I'm not sure. I think. I keep seeing Buddha level up. I can't see. Boss scaling is to 150%.
All right, we've got Kea Sablu in here
Welcome,
with us. Tell us.
Kalsubalu. GG.
Hello. I feel like I'm not sure that I deserved that after forfeiting and then coming back.
It's that is actually something that is allowed, is go and get spoilers and then come back and try to finish the race. We know why you forfeited. We saw what happened with the input, and you know, we hate to see it with the newer players that something like that happen. It happened to me once. I went to hit .done, had a hotkey set to something and accidentally loaded a save state that messed up my whole run, so I had to quit. So we're glad that you were at least able to finish the race.
Okay. I had my reset hotkey on my shoulder buttons, and they're not there anymore.
No.
Yeah.
But you still came in second.
Yeah.
Still came in second.
So, I mean, aside from that bit, I feel like I did pretty good on this.
Yeah, we watched your race. We were very impressed with all the decision making that you were doing. How did you feel about the fact that the loose was not required?
I was pretty happy about it because it meant I didn't need to go looking for it, and then I picked up, and then like right after I committed to that decision, I picked up Excalibur, so it's like I really don't need to find it.
Yeah, I mean, Excalibur's gonna be one of those swords. It's good to find. Looks like, yeah, Life Reboot must be confused. Like,
oh, is he?
Yeah,
What's
he's
he
down
doing
in
in
Marsh
Marsh?
Cave. It's
Oh,
that thing
he's
that we
gonna
talked
check
about.
T.
Yeah, I think that Titan's Trove is going to be one of the last things he ends up checking, just because he doesn't realize that flag is on. Because
Well, honestly, what else other than Marsh does he have to check?
nothing.
I'm sorry, other than the Titan.
I'm assuming keylock stuff.
Well, he went to the boss chest.
Yeah.
Do we know what's in this chest? I'm not sure.
We don't know. No, there's nothing here because it's not incentivized. So yeah, I mean, what did you think early on? You get the canoe from the king, you get the pretty much in the air. Right? Then at that point, what's on your mind?
On the one hand, I'm going, well, this is great. I can go everywhere. But at the same time, I'm going, okay, well, the floater is here. Everyone is going to have their airship right away. So it's not actually an event.
Yeah, pretty much. You're absolutely correct. Most people were in the air within that, 5-minute mark. So it was just basically down to routing where you were going to go at that point. What incentives you're going to check. You were I want to say you were one of the first people on stream to do ice, and ice was not fun with those mute wraiths and sorcerers and all kinds, or not sorcerers. I'm sorry. What did they have? Scorching images.
They had mute, and they had an instant death spell.
Squint or glare. It was glare. That's right.
Did somebody come in and say slow?
The lobsters had squint.
Just lobsters are such jerks, I swear. Just like birds. But that wasn't pretty good. I think you both did very well. You only came in a little over 20 minutes behind Burt Reynolds over here, so that was a great.
I actually almost didn't do ice when I did. My plan was to go in, and then if I ran in, because I didn't even have anything to save us out of ice. So had I just had a bad encounter, I would have left and come back later.
Oh, and good news! It does look like Life Reboot is in the Titan's Trove. That's exactly where he needs to be. He needs the crown. He needs to get the loot from Astos, the kindly gentleman, of course, in the Northwest Town. So did you feel pretty good about that seed? I feel like you did.
Yeah, like I definitely do feel like I did pretty well. Again, except for that last bit. But apparently it didn't matter because I would have come in second either way.
You know, that's tough because I probably would have quit there too. But the fact that Greg was like, wait a minute, she's coming back. I was like, okay, cool. Let rock and roll. Finish that off. You know, that takes a lot of guts.
Mm-hmm. Saint Von Jester came onto my stream to try and get me to come up again as well. And that was just like, it actually feels really nice when you're in a situation like that and you have all these community members coming, hey, no, don't give up. You can do it. And, well, here we are.
Well, you know, if you go back and watch the VOD, you're going to see that, you know, me and Greg were like, oh, no, oh, you know, we're right there with you. But the fact that you came back, I'm like, wow, that takes a lot of guts to come back from. Because I get real frustrated with the game when things like that happen, and I usually just throw in the towel and try tomorrow, you know what I mean? But you came back and you placed second.
I mean, I kind of did do that, to be fair. It's just that people encouraged me to take it back.
Well, you did it and came in second, and SVJ is a good. That's why we're on Team Poison Sound Effects together, because he, it's fantastic. This is a great community. If anybody's not with us, come on.
I did, of course, heal poison every time I got it immediately.
Yeah, we know. We saw that.
I don't think I had any poison sound effect whatsoever.
No, I don't believe you did. I you know, on one hand, I'm very disappointed in every runner that doesn't let the poison sound effect play. But then it's draining your life. I do. Now, when you watch me play, I usually don't buy peers. I'll buy lots of heals, but no peers, and you know, it's poison sound effects. But not everybody loves it like I do. Oh boy.
I do sort of I have to admit, I do sort of have like a perverse liking for the damage tile sound effect. Because it means that, because it's free.
Sure is.
The flashing has to go, but the sound, it's a great sound. Because when I hear that sound, I'm safe.
Yep. You sure are. Oh wow, what a good race. That was such a fun race to call. I love calling races. It's great. Oh, looks like we have LCB16. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry, Bert, what were you doing?
Oh, that's not Bert, that's me. I'm back. I'm back to see Life Reboot.
Sweet.
He's figured it out.
Life Reboot, like right after you went to do your thing, he was in the and I was like, yes, get in there, woohoo! Now he can finish it up.
Yeah, and so we can talk to him about that, explain what that is. And like I said, relatively new incentive location. So, you know, it's an easy one to skip over. But as Lord Fizzlebeef is pointing out, he may not have sub 2 going. I'm proud of him for sticking it out. Checking that last little location there. That's got to confuse him because, you know, if he saw the flags, he realized there's one loose. He found his Massa, which means he's thinking to himself, why am I looking for another loose? Not realizing, oh, Titan's Trove. That's what that means. It's that last check there in Titan's Cave. So we've got a Chaos 2 happening on Dark Moon's screen. And I come back just to take over everything. Just take over with my booming voice.
Gee, Greg, thanks a lot.
I know.
Yeah, looks like Dark Moon's on Kraken, and Life Reboot is going to...
Yeah, hopefully, like I said, I mean, I know this Lich 2 doesn't start throwing out crack
What was
everywhere.
that? Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Let's see what's happening here. Is Chaos 2, level 43 fighter, trying to do his best.
Wow.
Wow.
Get out of here. Get that resting Lich face. Come on, go on. Get out of here with that.
We didn't see anything from Lich just then. As Dark Moon's doing his best black belt strats with his fighter at level 43. And Life Reboot Gonna pull up Carry 2 here in just a sec. We've got worms. They look like the worms from Beetlejuice a little bit. I mean, they're not like stripy like the ones there, but they have the same kind of like, you know, cute little face on them. They're like, meh.
Cute little face. You're right. And you know, those look like the worms from Final Fantasy Mystic Quest just a little bit.
Oh,
little bit.
I could see that. I could see that. I'm a big fan of that little reference.
And I didn't mean to mention the 7th Saga. I hope that doesn't drop our viewership. I think that is a phenomenal game, but not everybody shares that. But
no, I don't think so. I mean, I just know it's a grind heavy, tough, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Chaos. What brought you here? What brought you to Final Fantasy Randomizer? How'd you find it?
I believe it was the last Frame Fatale where Lucky did a showcase.
Yeah, the showcase on AGD, Awesome Games Done Quickly. Is that the one?
And I saw that and I went, you know, like, this is a game that I like. It seems pretty fun, and also it doesn't seem like it will take a million years to play. Why don't I try it out?
That's really awesome, and obviously one of our... I think they did a really awesome job. It's really great exposure. So I'm glad that it brought you in, and that you're here running a Duckling showcase.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too.
So overall, pretty happy with the seed, the way it went. Again, 0 loose, so that's got to be nice. You didn't have to do too much, you know, dungeon diving or whatever. You were... and
Victory lap! Woohoo! Love it.
I'm sorry. At this point, Darkmoon's got to do the full-on Gregory victory lap, where you go basically around the entire room, and then you go around each pillar, and then just keep doing it until you eventually take on Chaos. So let's go ahead and follow this Darkmoon battle against Chaos. This is his... Is this his 3rd time on Chaos? He's actually got all of his Light Warriors alive, so a little bit better than his first 2 dives, where he wiped because he only had his fighter alive. As Life Reboot takes on Kraken 2, see how he handles his battle.
And this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I am just tickled pink that Life Reboot was able to figure out that it was the Titan's Trove, onward and upward, and Life Reboot is gonna come in. It's gonna beat this game today. Right?
Yeah, looks like Gouda. You know, I hate to see dead cheese on the screen, but we got a Gouda, we got a dead Gouda, got some Lock 2 strats happening. Chaos isn't really doing anything. That was the thing about Chaos. Chaos had hit points, he had Absorb, he wasn't really doing anything. The only problem is that both times Darkmoon went down against Chaos, he only had a solo fighter, and that second time, he got crit through Max Evade, which is always heartbreaking to see. And it looks like Life Reboot's made it through Kraken 2. He's trying to catch up. He's got to do his Tia 2 battle once he gets through these worms. And we got some Ice 3, a little chip damage. Chaos isn't really doing anything. Got 6 hits for some amount of damage. You know, just your standard Chaos isn't really doing anything kind of fair going on. As long as nothing crazy happens, which should not happen. And the crazy part is, his fighter has like insane levels, and he's still only doing like 100 damage. This Chaos is beefy. He ate his Wheaties for sure.
I would have really liked to find the Vorpal in the suit.
Yeah, the Vorpal would have been nice. We never saw it.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Yeah. And it looks like Darkmoon finally.
Oh, yes. Yes. With GG, Darkmoon.
Yeah.
Yes, that is redemption in the purest form. Yes. And then you know what? You know who's right behind? And, you know, if Life Reboot doesn't get sub 2 hours, that's okay, because I can't get sub 2 hours. I try and I try and I try, and I can't get a sub 2. So
Yeah, like I said before, I didn't get my first sub 2 until I was in the community. It looks like we're gonna go on ahead and be joined by Dark Moon.
Hey.
Hey, it's always good to have Dark Moon.
yeah, GG Redemption. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Dark Moon. Beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this may not surprise you, but you were obviously the first person to enter Topher. I mean,
I think
I'm
it
sure
was pretty close.
Yeah, it was close.
Bert passed me right at the end, and I think that was primarily because I didn't have a good enough sword. Like, there we go. Stop the music so I can actually talk to you guys. Yeah, no. I mean, I knew it was a risk going in with the X-Cal. I felt good about my party. I felt good about, like, my routing. There were a couple times there where I kind of felt like I got a little flubbed in the menus, but it wasn't too bad. And some of the dives I did didn't really return much, but they didn't not return anything because I tried to take some walking experience, you know? But yeah, I knew it was a risk going in with that X-Cal. I was really going to need a Chaos that was going to, like, work with me on that, and Chaos just didn't want to work with me today.
Yeah, so I hate to cut you off only because Life Reboot is on Chaos, and he's pulling up Chaos. He's got his one punch machine. He's also got a fighter, so he's DPS happening. Unfortunately, his fighter isn't doing as much damage as his black belt is currently doing, but we'll see how this goes. We've got fight. Looks like he's trying to decide. He's going to throw out some heal, a little bit more chip damage. So he's going to keep his Light Warrior's health up high as he swings with the Massa for not much. That Ice 3, also not going to do much. BB
man.
also didn't do much either. So, but as we've noticed, unfortunately, Dark Moon's the only person that really had any issues with Chaos, and it's only because the first 2 times he went up against Chaos, he was only doing solo fighter strat because he had lost his Light Warriors in the battles leading up to it. How did you feel about that crit through the Max Evade on that second dive? That had to have been heartbreaking, to say the least.
That sucked every time. Like, the first time I had Max Evade, or close to, and he crit me 3 times.
GG.
Yeah, GG to Life Reboot.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw the GGs out to Life Reboot. I'm going to go see if we can get an interview with him. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody who's been in the community for less than a month, I mean...
That's a better time than I did! I can't even... Oh, man! Oh, I can't even get under... I'm like at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, gee, God, that was the best... I think that's one of the best races I've ever... I've ever had the pleasure of being on this end for. Wow!
But yeah, no, that second time through and getting hit by the Max Evade again, I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to go find something else that's going to work for this. What I'm really annoyed by is the fact that I knew I saw the dragon armor, and I don't know where it was, and I guess I didn't grab it because I had to work with the opal. Otherwise, I would have been like, throw the ribbon on someone else. Don't have to worry about this fighter anymore.
Yeah, and we saw that you were the only person on pedal in the...
You're cutting out for me there, Greg.
Sorry, I was saying that Lich 2 also had crack.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Getting my fighter the first time I get down there.
Yeah, you were the only person that saw that.
Oh my god! This was just not my day today. I mean, everything about it up to Topher I was super pleased by. I'm improving a lot. Everything from Topher onward was just such a cluster, I swear.
Alright, and it looks like we've got Life Reboot in chat. Life Reboot, GG's.
Congratulations.
GG.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing pretty good.
Ah, that was amazing. We were rooting for you the whole time.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, how many races with Final Fantasy Randomizer?
This was my first race, so
wow.
Nicely done.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I've done a few seeds and I've timed myself, but I've never done a live race.
Yeah, we were talking about that in chat, and I was trying to make sure that in chat understood. I was pretty certain this was the first official SRL race that you did as far as Final Fantasy is concerned. So with that in mind, and only being in the community for a few weeks, GG's, seriously.
Yeah,
2 hours
that.
and 1
you.
minute, that's a pretty solid. We noticed on our end that you were still looking for that last item. And of course, in the flags, one of the flags that we had on, it was a chest down in the Titans room. I'm assuming either...
I even have it here in my notes that the incentives were Ice, Ordeals, Titans, and Cornelia Castle Lock. I just forgot. I didn't reference my notes, so...
It happens to the best of us, man. There have been plenty of times where I've gone out there, have all my notes down, I've done everything, and for whatever reason, still completely forgot an incentive check. But you were able to find that Massa because of it, so that was very nice to see that Massa being in less than greater than room. Overall, do you have any thoughts about your run in particular, besides the crown situation?
I was, not super excited about encountering those moments where you're like, okay, where do I go, what do I do next? But I think it was just my nerves with having never done it before. But that said, I was expecting to come in here and take last place, and I guess with the forfeits it's last place, but I still kind of squeezed in right next to third, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'll have to say, technically, since there were 2 forfeits...
That's a 4th place, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a 4th place. I mean, you beat the forfeits, is how I look at it. It's good to see that. I mean, that is one of those things that do hit. I ran my first race where I was a featured runner. You're nervous because you're out there kind of on display. People are talking about what you're doing, and so you're like, every move you overanalyze everything that you're doing, and it can definitely get to you as a featured runner. So I thought from watching what you were doing that you did the best that you could do, and I think it went really well.
Thanks again. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually a competitive player in the Donkey Kong community, and I've been to like the Kong offs and things like that. So
cool.
The consequence of that, I've played in front of crowds before, so maybe I had a little bit of a experience in that realm. So
you get to the kill screen before?
Oh yeah.
Nice. What brought you here? I know that I keep this. People in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. What got you to Final Fantasy Randomizer?
So one of my mods is my best friend in real life, and he knows that I've invented Final Fantasy challenges for myself, just playing vanilla, where I'll play through as a solo white mage or solo black mage, things like that. And
my kind of guy.
I have never thought to like explore what was out there, and he stumbled upon your community and told me, hey, did you know that there's a FF1 randomizer? It seems like a small community, but it's there, so I decided I would take it for a spin, and I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's really awesome to hear, and we are happy to have you here. And like Life Re, quite a small community, but we're always looking for more people to come. We have the spring tournament coming up sometime either at the beginning of March or April, and that's welcome to pretty much all runners. Anybody that wants to get involved, join the Discord. If anybody wants to go on ahead and throw the Discord out there for us and chat, we are a welcoming community. The water is warm, as they say, and it's just great to have new runners out here to showcase. Let's go ahead and get some final thoughts from everybody. I know Burt Reynolds has been in here for a little over or about an hour now. So go on ahead, Burt Reynolds, if you got any final thoughts about this particular seed.
Yeah, just anyone in the chat who wants to play this game. Just 2 or 2.5 months ago, I was just in the chat room watching these things on YouTube. And so I decided to give it a try, and now I'm winning Duckling races. So I think
yeah,
anyone
you
can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burt
That's
Reynolds
how I
is,
started too.
yeah, Burt Reynolds is one of those people you got to watch out for, man. Us Ducklings, me, Dangwoo, Spellzap, we've been talking about how Burt Reynolds, we got to watch out for him. He's the dark horse in the spring tournament coming up. So we're pretty happy to have him out here. Let's see.
How about you, Kalsu Baloo? What are your final thoughts?
First of all, oh right, yeah, I'm next.
Yeah, you came in second place. You.
Yeah, sort of the same thing that Bert said. Like, I've only beaten here for like three and a half months, and like, I'm not fastest, but it's still a lot of fun, and you know, I'm not slow that either. That's for sure. So, also, bracking Tiamat 2 feels extremely good. You need to at least try it until you've done that.
Oh, we talked about that actually on comms. We saw the brack on Kraken 2, and all we could think of was Shadow Wisher when she back-to-back Kraken or Bracken Kraken 2 and Kraken and Tia 2. So
that's actually what I was thinking of as well. Oh well, I may as well try this, and then it happens, and then I can only laugh to myself.
Yeah, we were very excited, and then all of a sudden, it was really awesome to watch. Darkmoon, what you got for us?
Should have just gone with the black belt. You know, I played a risk. I want to do it, but pushing yourself in these kinds of races, you know, ones where the only thing that's on the line is SRL points, the fake points that don't matter, like they don't matter in whose line is it anyway. You got to push yourself. You've got to take chances. You've got to see if you can do something here, and I feel like it's starting to click for me. These like doing the nun and just going fighter, red mage, black mage didn't work out this time. All the good spells were unavailable to my mages. But you know, that's the kind of thing that happens, and you just part of like learning is learning how to roll around all the spells you want to see so that you can actually do things faster. I think I probably would have gotten through the dive on the first time if I'd had, you know, fast and temper and everything you get used to having. But having to do it when all you had was Invis and a white shirt and some ruse on your fighter, that pushes you. And, you know, win or lose for those last 40 minutes, you know, I still feel good about what I did.
You talked about you should have gone black belt. You can talk to Groggy Dog all of black belt adventures.
Hey, I love black belts. I'm a firm believer in a black belt, and
Yeah.
sometimes I even run 3 black belts.
Yeah, black belts are great until you find an Agama just not agree with your black belt strats, and then you go fight Carrie and agree with your black belt strats.
And in this particular instance, like knowing what the scene was like now, like a fighter black belt, red mage, black mage might have worked best. Let the black belt leech a few levels off the fighter before you knock the fighter down at a certain point, and let the black belt take over. Mm-hmm. If chaos had been better, or if the spells had been better, my fighter strategy would have worked perfectly. But, you know, that's the luck of Topher sometimes, and that's just how it works out.
It's true. All right, Life Reboot. Final words.
I'm looking forward to studying Burt Reynolds' stream, because I need to learn some strats to cut my time in half so I can actually compete. But I'm glad to be in the community, and thanks for having me.
It's awesome. Mr. Frasetti, you got anything for us?
Oh yeah, I gotta say, you know, this has been that was a phenomenal race. I've seen lots of races. I've been around for a minute or two, and that was fantastic. I didn't like how you know, Chaos quit, but the fact that she came back, that was fantastic. And I love good races, and hopefully, if Mr. Gregley Puff will allow me, I would like to become a Duckling myself.
I mean, you haven't run it. You may as well be, what do they call it? 3-year freshman? Something like that. So we're going ahead and get you through the Duckling thing. whatever I'm trying to say. And
Hey,
get
maybe
you
that
involved
means
in this.
I can find some people to run vanilla with fixes and conveniences with me.
Or you can try
Yay!
to be, or you can try to beat Tyrannex's vanilla-ish time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's the line from PCU. I haven't seen something like that since my third sophomore year.
Man. Oh, great. Okay, that's it for me. That was a great race. Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, thanks,
I'd like
guys.
to thank Danny. Want to thank Danny. Want to thank Dark Moon, Mr. Burt Reynolds himself. How could we go wrong with having Burt Reynolds here? And Cal Subalu, everybody. Pleasure to see everybody. This was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Versetti, for saying all that you.
Dangwoo. Thank you for restreaming, my good sir.
Jeez, how could you forget about Dangwoo?
I'm sorry, I didn't. I forgot to hit my push to talk button. Yeah.
He is by far the best Dangwoo I know. So yes, again, let's go ahead and give all the thanks out to everybody. First off, Randomania for having us out here. Randomania, the Uno, restreaming our race for us. All the new Final Fantasy Randomizer community ducklings for coming out and showcasing their talents for us. We have Dark Moon EX. We have Burt Reynolds himself with the Z.
Zed.
We've got the Zed. Sorry, I forgot you're Canadian. Sorry, I got to get my YYZs together. We've got Life Reboot, and of course we've got Subalu here doing the racing for us, entertaining us, as they say.
Yes.
Danny, of course, on the tracking, the best tracker in this part
Superstar.
of Tracking Superstar. We've got Dangwoo doing the restream. This whole thing would have been Dangwoo's actions, and of course, my commentary partner, Mr. Versetti here. You guys have a great rest of your night. Again, please join us at the Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord. Play some flags, play some seeds, just have a good time, ask questions. We will give all the answers, at least to the best of our knowledge, and we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your night.
You guys, bye-bye.